Hello, and welcome back to your favorite podcast on the internet. My name is Anna, and I do my best. Okay, so apologies I didn't get to record last week's episode. It's been everywhere. Like I've been in a whole lot. Okay, so this episode is going to be about delusion. You know how they say Delulu is the Solulu. Now I'm gonna put my own spin on it. Okay, I'm gonna put my own spin on it. No, when somebody says but be delusional, people tend to take it in the wrong way. Like, oh, you're so delusional, yada. You know how girlfriends and their boyfriends, and they're like, oh, you're so delusional. That's them, but you can literally use delusion for a very good purpose. Okay, and I'm gonna explain why I said so. Okay, so before you guys can go back to the very first episode I dropped of this podcast. I think that was on Christmas Day last year, December. And I was talking as though I had already, grown my social media account, had already made multiple millions, and had already reached thousands of people with my with my podcast, with this podcast. Okay, that's how I sounded. Okay, and as a matter of fact, all along in my head, it's always like, oh, I have this, or this is already there. Like, okay, I've already made a whole lot of money from my business. Like, of course, my social media is growing. Of course, people love me. Of course, people look forward to what I have to say. Of course, I'm an authority figure. Of course, that was me being delulu. Like, that was me being delusional. Now, can we, standing from where I am, okay, can we look back and look at how my delusion has gotten me to where I am by God's grace? So, you who is listening to me and you're afraid of being delusional, baby, the only thing I have to tell you is you don't know what you're missing out on. You don't know what you're missing out on because being delusional can literally get you whatever it is that you want. Like, you know how when a man is chasing a woman and there's this thing that men do. They're like they feed a woman the idea of, oh, of course you're my wife, of course I'm gonna marry you. And men who say that to women, I think like 50% of the time they end up actually marrying the woman. Okay. Now it's not because there is any telltale sign in the beginning of okay, like there was magic from the sky and it appeared to me that, oh, you're gonna be my wife. No, there's nothing like that. They understand that them being delusional, the woman has no other choice than to fall into that, than to get in sync with their thoughts. Okay, so at some point she starts to ask herself, what is even giving this man this audacity? But it's his delusion. So it's safe to say that delusional people are the people that rule the world because nobody can rule the world with a clear mind. Like, if you were to look at circumstances, if you were to look at the situation of someone's life, like, take somebody that goes from zero to being a multi-millionaire in dollars. Nothing in their 3D world, nothing in their reality shows that this person is going to be a multi-millionaire, yada, yada, yada. Except for the delusion, because somewhere in their head they believe that, oh, you know what, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that. They are delusional. Okay, and I'm not with a dictionary right now, but the obvious definition of being delusional or of delusion is saying something that, like, literally lying. Lying is not the right word. Like, saying something that does not exist as though it exists. I mean, that sounds like faith. That sounds a whole lot like faith. So delusion actually ties into faith. Okay, but when you're delusional, you're saying something, you're imagining something, and when you imagine something so much, so much, so much, you start to feel like that's the reality. You know how they say when somebody's lying, they should lie to themselves enough to believe themselves, like they start to even believe their own lies. So, what if you could literally hack your subconscious mind by literally lying to yourself every day about where you are? And before you know, you start to get there. It's not your job description to figure out how. Like, you see that gap of how, oh, how is this gonna work? Like, don't think about it. Don't think about it at all. Like, it's not your job. Your job is to just plant the seed. Okay. It is not the farmer's job to think about how is this seed going to sprout, or how is it going to do in the under the soil. It's not like that's too complex. Like it's just your job to sow the seed of what you want in your mind and feed that seed every day by pouring water on it every day. Like, and how you feed that seed in your mind is by repeating it over and over again. Like, of course I am loved. Like maybe you feel unloved. You're at this point in your life where you feel like, oh, nobody loves me. Oh, I don't have the partner of my dreams. Yada yada. You keep feeding yourself negative things. You keep feeding your mind the yes, you're looking at your reality, and that's what you're feeding yourself. So you're putting yourself in an endless loop. So the more you feed yourself that, the more you see that, the more you feed yourself that, the more you see that. And then that's why you feel like that's a never ending cycle. But what if you start feeding yourself the things that are good? Like, and then you get yourself to that place in your mind by thinking about those things that think about only the things that you want to see. I know it's easier said than done. Trust me, I know. Like every day, I still get it into my head. Hey, this is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want. Regardless of what my reality is showing me. So 6 months ago, my reality was showing me that I am fucking broke. I am broke as a joke. I was as broke as a joke. And I just kept telling myself, oh, I have money. Like this, I'm not going to be in this position again. Like people are gonna start looking up to me as an authority figure. Like I'm gonna be an authority figure in my niche, which is, I mean, make money online. It doesn't matter if people have done it before me. As I have decided to do it, I myself, Anna Annabelle, I'm going to be an authority figure. So I just kept telling myself that every day. Even when I started posting videos on my social media, I would post my videos as though I had 100,000 people waiting to watch them. And now this is me at 108,000. And the work ethics are still there. Like, okay, 5 videos a day. Okay, 5 videos a day. So I'm literally still posting, like, I mean, and I have it now. And I have it now. So it's like, so if you want to see something in your reality, okay, it doesn't matter if it's love or relationship, or you want a specific person to love you, or you want a certain amount of money in your bank account, all of that, all of that, all of that. Like for the longest time, I would tell myself, I don't have anything less than XYZ amount of money in my bank account. And I started telling myself this like 2 years ago. Like literally, I started telling myself this like 2 years ago, and it's not like the money was there like that. But right now, that's my reality. And now I'm in the person I am manifesting a different reality in terms of finances. So I'm starting to tell myself a different storyline. Oh, I don't have anything less than XYZ amount of money in my bank account. I don't have. And I know that standing on the same principle that I used to get to here, it's that same principle that's going to get me to the next place, the next milestone I'm reaching out for. Okay, so you as a business owner, or you as a person, let's say you don't even have a business, or you're in a place where you don't even know what you want to do, calm down, okay? But then again, moving forward, I want you to be delusional as fuck. Your delusion should not, it doesn't have to make sense to another person. So if you're so worried about, oh, what are people gonna say about me, yada, 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 nobody gives a flying fuck. Everybody is on their own journey. Okay. So you who is listening to me, has, you who feels like you're meant for more, you who feels like, oh, I want financial abundance, or, I want to be happy in my relationship or whatever, start being delusional as fuck. Okay. You don't have up to 1,000 naira in your bank account. Oh, I have like 1 million in my bank account. Like, say it. As a matter of fact, if you feel like the people around you are gonna laugh at you or something, you don't need to say it to them. I mean, somewhere in the Bible it says, "Go into your room and lock the door," and something like that. I've forgotten what that says, but the reason why you should lock the door is so that it's not everybody that should know what you're trying to manifest. It's not everybody that should know what your secret prayers are. Okay, so your delusion doesn't have to make sense to everybody. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So if you're trying to call forth money, just keep saying it. Oh, okay, somebody sent me money. Yeah, I'm so happy. Oh my gosh. Like, and do you know the funny thing about this? Your emotions are so fleeting. And your emotions are so easy to conjure up. So when you sit down by yourself that you want to conjure up feelings of joy, you can do that. You don't need any external thing to make you feel joy. The same way you want to feel angry, you can just sit down, think about an annoying thing and start getting angry and all of that. So it's the same way to get to that part where you feel grateful. You can just literally sit down and conjure up feelings of gratitude and start to be grateful. So if you want to feel financially abundant, sit down and conjure up that feeling. Us as human beings are the only species who have the ability to who have the gift of imagination. Okay, imagination is one of the gifts that God gave to us, like the fact that you can think. So if it's a gift, why are we using it negatively? Why can't you start using it positively? Why can't you? It's the same energy it takes for you to imagine bad things. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. Bad things. Oh, what if I get broke? What if? So if you can think about all of those things, what if you can? What if you sit down and literally use that energy and start to think about positive things only? I mean, like I said, it's easier said than done, and it's something you need to keep doing over and over and over again. And with time, it's gonna be, since repetition is a language of the subconscious, you can, the more you do that, the more you start to get used to that. Somebody, I once heard something that says, you know, this guy, Elon Musk. Somebody says it's Elon Musk's world, Elon Musk's world. We're all just living in it because they say the man is so delusional. Like he's so delusional, like he feels like he can get whatever, and he does get whatever. He does, like, is the audacity to be delusional that gets him whatever he wants to get. So it's not delusion is not just secluded for Elon Musk alone. You who is listening to me, I don't know where you are right now. Maybe you're lying down, or you're cleaning, or you're working, or you're listening to, you're just trying to get into your quiet time, or you're washing plates, or you're whatever it is that you're doing. You also have the ability to be delusional. So I want you to calm down now. Okay, take like a 10-second break and think about, what exactly do I want to be delusional about? Okay. And that you can carry that feeling with you for the rest of the day. And then you can wake up tomorrow, still decide to conjure up that same feeling and feel that way for the rest of the day. So whenever things come up in your reality to trigger you, you can literally say, "Oh, no, I actually have this instead." Like, okay, bills keep piling up. Okay, yeah, all my bills are settled. Like, what is this? Like, I shouldn't be bothering myself about things like this. Oh, my all of my bills are settled, and you're gonna find that things happen in your reality to just keep, and then you start to feel like you're very lucky, but then it is delusion that creates the luck. And so with that being said, if this resonated with you, remember to rate this podcast 5 stars so that more people who need this information can get to it. And you can follow me on social media at Passive Income Anna on my TikTok and on my Instagram. And if you try messaging me on Instagram, my Instagram messages are somewhat automated. But you can always reach out to me via, I think I have a contact option in the link in my Instagram or my TikTok bio. So yeah, you can reach out to me there. And if this resonated with you, don't forget to tag me on Instagram stories so that I can repost if you really, really enjoyed this. And I'm gonna catch you guys on the next episode.